Well, it is official. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Nest. And Goddess of Victory Nikke has released a batch of content, including a bunch of teasers, trailers, characters, and information for their upcoming Resident Evil collaboration. And we've gotta talk about it.
Welcome to Nest. Enjoy your visit.
So let's get into this video, but before we do, if you are new here, just consider leaving me a subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. We'll be covering this crossover extensively, and like the video to push us on out into that YouTube algorithm. So, Goddess of Victory Nikke has posted several things on YouTube and X. Let's break down everything we know so far about this anticipated collaboration. Taking a look into their latest trailer, it opens up similarly to their first trailer with the cult, and the mysterious arm startling this blue-haired girl. I'm going to skip over this beginning bit since I've previously covered it in this video right here. So let's begin with the new content displayed here. So as you can see, we have this person walking in the interior of this creepy mansion. In the previous trailer, we did see a woman in the shadows hold this man at gunpoint, but that woman now is revealed as Ada Wong. Jill Valentine won't be the only addition with this collaboration. As she holds her pistol to his back, she says, "My identity? Sorry, that's a secret."
My identity? Sorry, that's a secret.
After that, we have this girl with piercing red eyes surrounded by people with pistols. But it doesn't look like she's ready to go down without a fight. Right after, we have this wall break through. This detail was present in the first trailer, but it was unclear towards who the perpetrator was. But here, it is revealed as Claire Redfield blowing down that wall with her grenade launcher, initiating that she'll also be present within this DLC, saying, "It's hard to believe something like that could be enemies of humanity."
It's hard to believe something like that could be enemies of humanity.
Going full circle back to the initial character reveal, we have Jill Valentine here as she shoots a doorknob to gain access to a room with an ominous set of curved stairs. As she ventures up this flight of stairs, she narrates, "Before we go back, let's finish what we've started here."
Before we go back, let's finish what we've started here.
She approaches this room that glows green from within, and upon the entrance we notice a bunch of laboratory apparatus like power cords, documents, and most notably, these chambers with creatures suspended within. I feel like these creatures are supposed to feel like tyrants or other BOWs as such, but this might also be something within the Goddess of Victory Nikke universe that I'm unaware of. So if you guys know what these are referring to, please share in the comments. I'm fairly new to this franchise, so I'm extraordinarily out of the loop. We then see this girl wearing a mask holding these documents close to her chest, crying. It seems like she doesn't like what's going on here. A sample with green liquid falls and breaks open all over the floor, which transitions to a jump scare with this monster here roaring loudly. I don't know who this monster is, but somehow it's reminding me of Sturm from Resident Evil 8 Village. The overall build and the trenchant red eye really makes it feel like Carl Heisenberg's creation of Sturm. This is looking pretty grim. We see a fire lit burning down this laboratory with deceased scientists over on the right and a stack of various other corpses on the left. One of the scientists in question appeared to be holding a notebook in their left hand, so this notebook may have some sensitive information held within. What are the experiments operating here? Who caused the fire here in the lab? Could that monster have gotten in here and caused a rampage? If that is Sturm, then he definitely could be the perpetrator since he also likes to play with fire in attempts to burn Ethan Winters to death. In the tank surrounded by blood and fire, there appears to be two suits held inside. I'm not sure if these suits hint at anything greater or have any lore significance as I don't know anything about the characters here. It appears that right here we're given a shot of Ada securing a rope. She swings upwards upon the roof of the mansion, launching herself high in the night sky as she takes out her crossbow and shoots an arrow towards the cult as she says, "Let's finish the mission. This is going to make quite the impression."
Let's finish the mission! This is gonna make quite the impression!
And this voice line is actually in reference to a voice line from Ada herself in Resident Evil 6. Go make an impression.
Go make an impression.
Roger.
Regarding the bolt she had fired, the cultist has deflected it. We then see Jill and this blonde girl with pigtails fighting off this horde of those propeller monsters. And here's an interesting detail. From the looks of it, it appears that Jill is holding her samurai edge, a pistol she can use in Resident Evil 3 Remake. We then have Claire approaching from a distance with her grenade launcher, assisted by this pink-haired girl with a rocket launcher and this other guy in the background. We then see just how massive this threat is with a colossal horde of these propeller monsters seemingly connected or controlled by this cult leader, standing in front of that giant hill we saw in the first trailer. With the trailer breakdown out of the way, let's also check out the motion demonstration gameplay teaser for all of our new characters. First up, we have Ada.
My identity? Sorry, that's a secret. I am willing to hear your story, though.
Here's a look at some target practice gameplay. And some actual in-game gameplay.
These guys are quite persistent. Reloading. This is gonna make quite the impression. You'll have to take it from here. Reloading.
So yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. I think giving Ada her iconic crossbow utilized in Resident Evil 4 Remake and Resident Evil 6 is a very clever choice of arms. With further statistic information marked by this image, feel free to pause the video if you'd like to read up on Ada's specialties. She works alone, staying laser focused on her mission and keeping emotional ties at bay. Her true motives, identity, and loyalties remain shrouded in secrecy. Even the name Ada Wong is just an alias. She is temporarily established to resolve the Neo-virus outbreak that occurred in the Ark. Next up, we have Claire. Before we check out her gameplay, I want to talk about something that she says in this motion demonstration. She says, "These Raptures are mechanical creatures, you say. It's hard to believe something like that could be enemies of humanity."
These Raptures are mechanical creatures, you say? It's hard to believe something like that could be enemies of humanity.
And I just wanted to call that out. This voice line is a continuation of a voice line she's used in the trailer, so it appears that those propeller monsters and these smaller scaled ones in these gameplay segments are all a part of an overall force called Raptures. But anyway, onto her target practice gameplay. And some actual in-game gameplay.
Damn it! This ends here. Let's finish this in one shot. Reloading. I've got to reload. Cover me.
So this is pretty cool. Of course, we have Claire using her grenade launcher, but she also appears to have an ability to create a barricade using the wooden planks from Resident Evil 2 Remake. With further statistic information marked by this image, feel free to pause the video if you'd like to read up on Claire's specialties. She's one of the few survivors of the Raccoon City incident, one of the deadliest pandemics in history. She is temporarily established to resolve the Neo-virus outbreak that occurred in the Ark. And finally, we have Jill.
Tell me, who are you fighting for? Yourselves or the survivors?
Here's a look at some target practice gameplay. And some actual in-game gameplay.
I'll give you stars. Reload.
Can you buy me some time?
This is quite the detail. Jill is using a fully upgraded pistol with all attachments possible from Resident Evil 3 Remake, and she even has a voice line for her burst skill ability activation of "I'll give you stars," a famous line of Jill's. With further statistic information marked by this image, feel free to pause the video if you'd like to read up on Jill's specialties. She's diligent and driven by a strong sense of justice. She never hesitates to act on her convictions. Highly trained in the use of firearms and knives. She is also an expert in explosives disposal. She is temporarily established to resolve the Neo-virus outbreak that occurred in the Ark. This collaboration's official description entails: a D-wave has been detected in a large mansion on the Outer Rim. At the same time, clues surrounding mysterious disappearances in the Ark also point to the same strange mansion. Upon learning that everything is linked to a cult named Torch of Salvation, the commander decides to head out for the Outer Rim with the Perilous Siege Squad. At this moment, we also have confirmation that Ada will receive a costume entitled Dress, and this is her dress from Resident Evil 4 Remake. So far, it's unclear if we'll be seeing any other costumes for the other girls, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I for one would love to see a Resident Evil 5 battlesuit costume for Jill. I doubt we'll be seeing any other Resident Evil characters announced, but I think it'd be very fun to add Sheva Alomar and Helena Harper into the fold. The collaboration event is beginning very soon on Wednesday, September 24th, so it's literally right around the corner. Overall, I am quite excited for this collaboration. The character designs and the Goddess of Victory Nikke's art style looks off the charts, and this collaboration really makes me excited to try out the game. I am hyped that they got Stephanie Panicello, Nicole Tompkins, and Lily Gao to reprise their voiceover roles as these characters. The three of them are my personal favorite actresses who've ever taken on the characters of Claire, Jill, and Ada. I absolutely love their portrayals here, so I'm hyped to hear some brand new voice lines from them, without having to wait for a potential Resident Evil Code Veronica remake, Resident Evil 5 remake, or a Resident Evil 6 remake to hear them again. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy, and if you did, just consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, tell me what you thought. What are your thoughts on this collaboration? And are there any tips I should know before trying out the game? And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.